Hi, and welcome to Prepping Essentials.
Good morning, it's 7 o'clock on Sunday the 29th of August. Just making my way down to the land, and as always, not quite sure what we're going to get done today, but let's find out. Well, here we are down on the land, and for the second day in a row, sun's peeking out over the trees and very bright actually. Cool nip in the air though. Grass is damp with that overnight dew. It really is quite heavy overnight, but I guess that's because we're not getting any rain and it's all hanging around in those clouds you can see on the horizon. Looking at this clover, it's getting huge at this top end. But hopefully, if that gets dried off this morning, we'll be able to make a bit of progress with that. This hasn't been cut for quite a few weeks now on this side, and I know it seems like OCD, but there is a purpose in getting it down. Other side is looking very nice where I did it yesterday. A bit early for the bees yet, they're all still sleeping. Anyway, let me get myself in the cabin, get opened up, and we'll see what we can get done today. Well, as usual, first things first, sort the chickens out. I've literally just filled that little tray with broken eggshell, well, oyster shell, and they've kicked it over already. What are you doing, chickens? Let's have a quick look in here. I cleared out yesterday, so I'm not expecting anything. There is a lot of mess to clean out. I didn't do that yesterday, so I'll have to do that this morning before they start. Oh look, there's an egg. That's cold. Surprise, surprise. Yeah, I'll have to clean that out today. I might do that now before they all come in and start laying. Well, that's a nice new coat of sawdust on the floor. Food and water's filled up. Noticed an issue with that this morning. The water in the coop was empty, which is unusual. And I don't know if you'll see, but they're all congregating around the water barrel in the actual coop. I had a look this morning because all of the cups were empty, and the water level in that barrel was just above the actual cups themselves. There, you can see them now, look. All scrapping. Oh dear. Yeah, the water level was down, and that's because we've not had this damned rain. I've got two barrels here, and you'll probably not see it, it's too far down. It sits about, well, if you can see the cups on that barrel, it sits just below where those cups are. So of course the outdoor ones weren't filling, no matter how much they were pecking away at it. So they'd obviously gone to plan B and emptied the one in the actual chicken coop itself. So this water is clearly an issue, and I guess naively I'd assumed there was enough in there between those two barrels that I wasn't that concerned about it with the rain, or lack of rain, and I just used to top up the one in the coop. So yeah, that's something I'm going to have to keep an eye on. I don't think it'll make much difference this time of year as we're heading towards autumn and winter, because hopefully we'll get back to some kind of normal rainfall, but yeah, just goes to show, don't assume, because your assumptions are not always right. Well, good morning, it's Sunday already. The weekend does really just fly by. I had quite a long day yesterday, amongst all the different jobs, planting and sorting out the grass and sorting out the chickens. So the video was a little bit longer than usual. It was actually over an hour, and that meant, of course, with my agonisingly slow internet connection, that it took all night just to literally get the video uploaded. When I came out this morning, it had literally, I watched it kind of click over to say that the upload was complete and it was starting processing on YouTube. So at some point I'm going to have to nip back quickly to the house to click the finish button. I did sort of hover a little bit this morning, which is why I was half an hour or so later than usual setting off, but it was just continually telling me it was awaiting processing, and I was getting fed up with it. I wanted to get down here and get started because I have no clue what's going to happen weather-wise. As I was driving in, the sun was up, really bright actually, but we've got some dark clouds on the horizon, and whereas it was a beautiful clear blue sky for most of yesterday, it's back to that gathering clouds, and as I look out now I can see it becoming overcast again. That sun is getting drowned out by the clouds, so I don't know what it's going to do. I really don't. I'm hoping that that early morning dew will get burnt off or dried off this morning, and it'll give me a chance to do a bit more progress with the grass, but the more I look out, the more unsure I am. So anyway, fingers crossed for that. A few other bits and pieces to do today. I'll take a look at that diesel heater. Didn't get time to do that yesterday, and work out how that vent, that split vent, is gonna work. A few bits on planting as well. I've got those cabbage seedlings coming up now. I'm looking at them, starting to get a little bit leggy. I'm listening to the chickens as well. They've piled into the coop to start the morning production. So I'll take a look at those. I've got a couple of potatoes. Get another container of potatoes planted out. A bit more of a tidy up in the polytunnel. Lots of little jobs. The more you think, the more you actually want to do. So yeah, lots of different things on my mind this morning. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, I hope you are staying safe and well and enjoying your weekend. I don't want to do a spoiler alert on yesterday's video because I'm conscious it's not already up. But I suppose it doesn't matter. By the time this goes up, that one will be up and you'll have had a chance to have a look. Green tomatoes. What to do with lots of green tomatoes, because this overcast weather has not helped the tomatoes in the polytunnel. Unlike last year, I've had a phenomenal amount of tomatoes, and they've all come on in leaps and bounds and multiplied, and some of the vines are really, really heavy and full of fruit. But this last couple of weeks of grey, dull overcast and lately quite low temperatures, they're not ripening off. So any top tips for what I can do with green tomatoes should they fail to ripen, pop them in the comments section, because I need to know. Otherwise, everything's fine in the big wide world. Afghanistan is finished officially now. Last planes have gone out. It is going to be interesting to see what happens there. How the little power plays work out between different countries that have got a vested interest in getting in there. And the big conspiracy theory. Are we going to go back in there by the end of the year? Let me know what you think in the comment section. Anyway, let me get this coffee down me. I'll pull Little Red Tractor out on the off chance I can get some grass cut. And while I'm waiting for that to dry out, I'll potter with those other little jobs that I've got to do. And whatever I am doing, I'll keep you posted as we go through the day. Well, that's looking my tractor out. I've just got to quickly fuel up. That'll empty the can so I can fill it up on the way home today. This grass is very wet though, and as you can see, the clouds returned. No sign of the sun now, so I don't know. This might be a bit of a washout day for the grass cutting, but we'll see. Well, we're slowly but surely getting it down, but it is really difficult today. It's actually really quite long on this end of the field, especially at the top end, and you can see there the difference. And that top end is just ridiculously thick, but it is coming down slowly but surely. As always, it just takes forever to try and get it done, so I'm going to go and empty this grass box and keep ploughing on. I do spoil my chickens even though they've got a load of fresh grass clippings. I can't resist. It is the weekend, so it is greenery time, so they've got a nice fresh lettuce there to have a go at, and they seem to be enjoying it very much. I'm missing one of the brown ones must be inside laying an egg. Come on chicken, come on out. Fresh greens for you. Ah dear. Well, just emptied the grass on the tractor, so one final push, hopefully we'll get that grass down. It is nice though, watching the little chicks enjoying themselves. Well, that's been a real struggle and it's taken far longer than it usually does, but all this northern side is down and looking rather nice. There's only this little centre section and a bit round the aggregate pile, but actually I'm going to leave that. The day's passing already and there's a couple of little jobs I want to get done before I go, and of course I need to leave a little bit of clover for the bees. So this is all down. It is the most difficult bit because it does get long at that top end, but it's done. Bees are all out foraging around and they're all looking okay. Oh, proper busy little bees. So get the tractor emptied out, get it refueled, get it put away. A couple of little tiny jobs and it'll be home time. Right, well, it's about time we had a look at this diesel heater and see how that's looking. I left these panels like this deliberately so that I could get in if I needed to do any maintenance. I'll pop the camera off the tripod and you can have a bit better look. So that's the heater as is in there, air intake and an exhaust, and then the hot air vent is this tube here, which, you know, it feeds direct into the cabin through that wall there. So essentially we're going to take that off. There's a Jubilee clip just holding that in place. Take that off, withdraw the pipe. I'll probably need to trim a little bit of pipe to fit, and then this mounts onto the outside of the cabinet. Might need a bit of jiggery pokery with a hole, I'm not sure, until I get the heater pipe off, how easy it's going to be to get that to fit through there. It might need a bit taken off because that's quite a sizable hole there. I'm not sure. Anyway, I'm going to get this unscrewed and we'll give it a test. Okay, that's that off. Okay, pipe off. Moment of truth. Oh, look at that. Fits like a glove. So essentially this pipe needs to go onto that vent, and then this one I'll buy a little cover to fit over the end of there, but as the air comes out it splits. One goes into the cabin, one comes out into the garden room. So I need to cut a little piece of this pipe off to get it to fit back inside the cabinet onto the end of here and onto the diesel heater, and we'll see how we get on with that. Well, I've got the Y piece in on the outside of the cabinet, cut a piece of hose to fit on the inside. That just needs tightening up now, so let's get that done. It's a little bit fiddly. Right, that's secure. I'm tempted to just tape round where that pipe goes inside that Y piece, just as a bit of extra security really, stop any leaks coming back in the cabinet, make sure I get full pressure coming out of the Y vent, and then we need to just couple up this pipe. Well, that's that extra Y piece installed. It's fed back through to the cabin, got this open outlet here. I'll get a little vent cover of some description for that. So I think I'll reassemble the cabinet and give it a quick test drive and just see how much comes out of each vent. Well, that's the diesel heater fired up, and we've got air coming out at this end, which is good. We've got air coming out at this end. Which is equally good. If anything, I think the one in the garden room is probably slightly stronger. But then it's got no vent on it. It's just a hole. It doesn't take long for this diesel heater to kick out some heat. That's for sure. So that's that little job done. The day is absolutely flying by, and I want to plant some potatoes, so let's get this turned off. I've just taken the chance to pop some potatoes in. I've got some with chits, so let's get those popped in. Just doing the same again, 3 in each container. Maybe a little bit more compost on that, and hopefully this little plant for succession planting through to Christmas, and I suppose depending on the weather beyond Christmas, we might have potatoes all the way through to the new year. These are certainly coming along well. That one's done amazingly well, considering. I'm just a bit tempted to pull out one more of those containers. I had a little wander around and took off the berries. There weren't that many on there, to be fair. I think something's been eating them. But yeah, go on, let's pull one of those out and see how we get on after the poor harvest yesterday. Let's take a little look at this one, see what we've got in here. Let's get the foliage out. What on earth is that? It's a lot of little white balls. I'll show you in a second. Or I'll try and show you in a second. Let's get rid of this foliage. Can you see that? Little white balls. No clue what that is. Bit bizarre. Never seen that before. This wind is getting up. I don't know whether we're going to get this rain or not. Ah, my word. That's an original tuber. But look at this. Very nice. My word. We're not short of potatoes in this one. That's another one of the original tubers. Look at this. Much bigger. Just what we want. And they all appear to be in good condition. There's the odd one there that's got a bit of a scab on the skin. I'll sort those out once I've cleared the bucket out. Yeah, decent sized spuds in this one. There's the odd baby one, but generally they're decent sized. Look at this, they just keep coming. Yeah, not bad at all. Not bad at all. Oh, and they're still coming. Yeah, I think, oh, this tiny baby. Oh, another one. Heading towards the end. Yeah, I think that's it. Yep, that's it. So, look at that. How's that? That's looking pretty good, I think. I'll get tidied up and I'll give you a proper look. Well, that's what we got from the potato harvest. Some really big sized tubers there, which is what you want. You know, a handful. There's the odd one, there's one there, look. Just starting to get a little bit of rot on it. So I'll get those dried out and then pick out the rubbish ones. But yeah, another decent sized harvest out of one of those containers. Really pleased. I suspect I might have solved the mystery of what those little white balls were. Look at this. Bloody slugs. There's a snail on a slug, which is a bit bizarre, and I reckon that they're eggs. So good job I lifted that one. These others are coming on really well. Really well. The new ones. Really well. So that's one more in and one out. Leave those for a couple of weeks now. Let's go and take a little look at those cabbages, the seedlings. Right, we've got our cabbages coming through. Some of them are looking a bit leggy, so I've just got two smaller of these fabric containers. The three that I put in the big container, I don't know if you can see that or not. Yeah, you can. One has disappeared somehow. Looks like it's been eaten or shriveled, I'm not quite sure. So I'm going to take one of these trays and just take out the leggy ones, like that one there, and pop them in to these fabric containers. There we go. So there's one. I'll do the same, I'll do 3 per container. There should be ample space there for 3. Should be, he said. It's knowing which ones to take. There we go. Just tuck them in and fill round, and hopefully these will come on. Let's go for this middle one. There's a few in this one. So I think we'll pop that one into that bucket where it failed. Now then, which one? Let's take that one. And then I think I might be tempted, the cells that haven't germinated, I might be tempted to just resow those. There we go. Decisions. Let's try that one. Looks like there's 2 in that one actually. There we go. I'll pop that in there. And these are bigger. Not much soil with that one. Okay, one more. Let's have this one over here. Okay, and just pop him in there. Okay, I'll pull the camera off the tripod and you can take a little look and see. Okay, so I've taken out 2, 4, 6, 7 of those seedlings and just popped them into these containers. I think there's enough space there in those for them to get to maturity. If anything, we're going to have an abundance in this one. Oh dear. So there we go. I'll pop a bit of water on there, and I'm conscious that it's about time I was going. Well, that's it for another day and another weekend. The compost piles are certainly big enough now with all the grass I've managed to get down this weekend. So they're all full. Chickens are just chilling. And that's what I'd like to do actually. But I've got to get myself off home and sort out the video before I can do anything else. My internet is shockingly bad and it does my head in, it really does. Wherever you are, wherever you're doing, I hope you are staying safe and well and enjoying your weekend. And look at that grass, how nice does that look? Oh, I'm really pleased I got that done. I hope you're having a productive weekend, and I'll catch up with you again shortly.
Well, that's it for this video. I hope there was something in there that was of interest to you. If you did like the video, please do click on the like button. Also feel free to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already done so. As always, I welcome any comments, questions or suggestions you might have. How's the upgrade on the diesel heater looking? Just need a little cover cap for that outlet pipe and it'll be a job done. Let's see if I use it over the winter. And the potato harvest, those little white balls, were they slug eggs? I'm pretty sure they were, having seen the slugs, but I'm sure some of you will know, so do let me know in the comment section below. But for now, thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.